It's honestly fair to say that there's a dark side to Thomas & Friends merchandise. Horrible, decrepit figures and strange masses of plastic that just make no sense. And believe it or not, I'm not talking about Trackmaster 2. Believe it or not, it's quite rampant. And the dark side of Thomas & Friends merch is something that I've intentionally never really bought into. I've never bought a product that I knew was fake or had the risk of being such. That is until recently. After browsing eBay, I managed to find some fake Trackmaster items. Items that look way too close to the original. And recently I decided to pick one up, that being the fake Busy Bee Trackmaster James. I don't really know what to call this. This version of Trackmaster James was my favorite as a kid, and I also really enjoy the Busy Bee James, so seeing this was a bit shocking, but it's how close to the original it actually looks that intrigued me at first. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Can't forget this. Alright, welcome back to the cutting board, everybody. So today we're going to be taking a look at something that's, admittedly a little strange. This is the knockoff Trackmaster Busy Bee James. I know it probably doesn't look like a knockoff, but trust me, this is not a real product. I found this browsing on eBay, and admittedly, I know it's not good to purchase toys that aren't licensed by Fisher-Price or Mattel, but admittedly, after seeing this guy, I was just too tempted, and one thing led to another. And as product of that, today we'll be taking a look at just that. Now, the packaging itself looks almost exactly like what you would have gotten in 2009. From that alone, you probably wouldn't be able to tell this is a fake. I mean, it even has the Fisher-Price logo on it. Oh, never mind, it has a Fisher-Price and Hit Entertainment logo on it. It still has the choking hazard, all the little stuff at the bottom, and the giant window on the top that shows you the locomotive. And the locomotive is really what tells you that this is not a real item. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and open this guy. Here he is without the top part on him. We can now actually look at his face. That face looks almost exact to the one I remember. This is almost scary how nice this is. That face looks almost exact to the one I remember. It is scary how accurate this thing is to the original one. And here we can get a look at the bees and stuff on his side. It looks like some of his black lining wasn't applied the best, especially right there. But let's actually get him open and take a look at him as is. And it's looking like he's held in the bottom the same way the old Trackmasters were as well, where you just pull these tabs out and it's free. Let's go ahead and get his tinder out as well. Alrighty, and here is our knockoff Busy Bee James and his tinder. Now, it's been a long while since I've held a Trackmaster James, but I don't think it felt like this when I did. It just feels different and quite a bit off. The plastic is pretty cheap. You can literally almost pull him apart if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Let's take a look at the tinder. I guess the tinder's pretty sturdy, and there's nothing on the bottom of it. This one actually says that it's James, but there's nothing on the bottom of the tinder here. I mean, this thing altogether is spot on. Here's a better look at the bees on him. And it is pretty creepy how really close to the original this guy ended up being. But if I'm honest, that's really all I can tell you about this thing. I am not a Trackmaster professional, but thankfully for this, I actually did call in a Trackmaster professional. That being Tons of Trackmaster, and he can tell you way more about this thing than I can, so let me pass it over to him.
Right, what on earth is this item, you would be asking? Well, it's a James Goes Buzz Buzz Trackmaster toy. Well, actually not. It's a knockoff of the original Hit Toys James Goes Buzz Buzz model from 2009, which I may add, slapped. I mean, the detailing on everything is beautiful, and that face is perfection. Anyway, in 2012, Fisher-Price updated James with a new design and CG-styled face. Sometime later, when a bunch of super accurate knockoffs like the fake Trackmaster Dodge started appearing on eBay, this weird James Goes Buzz Buzz surface, this one was called the James B Mark I with one truck. Not a sketchy name at all. As you can see, here he is next to the hit one, and there are some significant differences between the two. First up, his face. Instead of that gorgeous original, at the same time rather amusing stung-nosed James, it just has a stock standard Fisher-Price face. Bit of a letdown. The decals, on the other hand, are a different beast. On the boiler, they are identical prints and look very nice on the Fisher-Price body. On the tender, however, they are completely different. Very interesting. And that about wraps it up for that really strange yet fascinating model. If you found it interesting, I would recommend checking out some Tons Talks on my channel, where I debug and look at many more engines in more detail. My channel link is in the description. With that said, thanks to TrainBoy for letting me be here. Do subscribe to him, his content is absolutely great. With that said, I'll hand the video back to him, and goodbye.
Alright, and we're back. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of this guy. That's something I'm quite curious to see. I wonder if it's the same as the old tooling or what. I need to get another screwdriver. Damn it. Go ahead and get this guy opened up here. Oh, wow. And here is a look at his motors and inner workings. Yeah, this thing is basically just a classic Trackmaster from the looks of it. Very basic motor setup here. It feels just like the body, pretty plastic and a little finicky. If you were to handle this a little too much, it would probably break. So I guess with that done, the only thing there is left is to fit a battery. So let me go get one of those. Please don't fucking explode. What? No, this is just gotta be an old battery. Hold on. What is that? No. There's no way. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm dumb. All right, now we've got this thing working pretty well. Surprise. So let's go ahead and get him put back together now. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have our knockoff Trackmaster James. Pretty fast too, and he works as confirmed. And now I think it's only fair we give this guy some running time. So let me make this guy a quick layout and let's get into that.